Hi, I'm Annie Botticelli, and welcome to my video, Aries July 2020 Must Knows. We've got a very high emotion month this month. We've got a continuation of all of the Cancer energies that are bringing this heavy weight of the world of emotion into the forefront for everybody. Now for Aries energy, this is at a challenging angle. So the challenging angle is something that you'll feel. You know, it's going to be a lot of bittersweet energies. It's going to be heavy emotion for better and worse. Okay, sometimes the emotions can be very positive emotions. It's just something that you have to show up to be present for, and you have to stop moving long enough to be there for it. Okay, so we've got high emotion and challenging angles. That's going to be a top must know here. So the impetus for taking action is going to be very strong and building throughout the month, but the clarity and the green light for the forward action isn't going to take place until later in the month. So you're going to have this uncomfortable period where you're like, I'm going to go crazy, I'm ready to do something already, and you can't actually do it yet. But between July 22nd and July 28th is the best time for action that we have until the end of the year, because the Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde energies that were bringing all this stuff up from the past and bringing a lot of uncertainty and bringing all of this emotional energy, that's wearing off. And so by this period of time, July 22nd through the 28th, the Mars pre-transit shadow period has not started yet. And Mars is going to very much affect Aries placements because Mars is our ruler. I have Aries rising, so I'm there with you. And I'm looking forward to Mars retrograde, by the way, for us. I'm very, very excited about that, but it is important to know that your ambitions, your get up and go, you're like ready to take action and push forward is going to, and the capacity to move forward even when you want to is going to diminish as that Mars retrograde starts to take foot. So we don't have that going on yet in this little window of the 22nd through the 28th. And we're out enough of the web of the post-transits of Mercury and Venus. So anything you have to do, so see, Mars gets into Aries in the beginning of the month. So it's going to start really getting you like rambunctious and ready to do something and ready to, in all different levels. But you're just going to have to manage it and direct it and just kind of commit to getting the rest of your to-do list done. Over these past months, you might have gotten to do a lot of things you've been meaning to do because of everything that's been going on in the world and as it relates to the astrology for you as well. So by now, you're kind of ready to go do something else. And so you just have to kind of like have a little more discipline, and your heyday and your magical time is going to come, okay? And every day we move towards the end of the month, the clarity comes, the momentum builds, and the positive flow builds for you as the month goes on, because those energies in Cancer are going to dissipate and the energies in Leo are going to begin, and that's going to make you light up like fireworks in the sky, because that is a fellow fire energy. And so just kind of expect that the more you do the work to be present with the emotions that come and clear up the things that need your attention, that by the time these planets start getting into Leo and the momentum is back, you're going to have a very good potential for amazing creative inspiration, travel in many cases. This depends on what we're allowed to do with, different world situations, but that could come up, getting stuff done, getting stuff feeling like you're taking, it's kind of like you've been wearing this heavy weighted cloak. And during this month, it's kind of like lifting more off your shoulders. And by the end of the month, it just like falls off completely. I'm also likening this month to like a dog who's taken a bath, and the water on them feels uncomfortable, and that's how Aries energy is. It's like that emotion, it gets on you and you're like, I don't like it, it feels uncomfortable. Throughout the month you're shaking. So by the time the end of the month comes, you've shaken all of it off and you're light and free and clean and happy and ready to prance around. Okay, so something else that we've got going on here is this major end of a cycle of Capricorn Cancer eclipse cycle that started in the middle of 2018, and this has not been easy for Aries. Both of these placements have been in 90-degree angles to Aries placement. This is super challenging, it's super stressful, and while it may have been very productive for you, it wasn't easy. And I know, because it was happening for me too, and it wasn't easy. And in this time cycle, we've had to say goodbye to things that we did not want to say goodbye to. And life has changed in very dramatic ways for many people who have Aries placements. So now we've got the major ending. Okay, so what has been happening over the last 2 years is a super strong focus on everything involving home and housing. Where are you going to live? What are you going to do with your real estate? You want to buy a house? You want to sell a house? Your family dynamics. Think people entering and exiting your life in the family arena. Things going on with real estate and family real estate. Things going on with your inner world and ancestry. Your mom, your dad, your parents, your relationship, you as a parent, trying to become a parent, trying to become a better parent, and then everything having to do with work. Aries energies have had all of this work focus for a long time because of outer planets moving through Capricorn. It's highlighting this 10th house of work and career in a long-term way. And even after this eclipse cycle, that work focus is still going to be there. Okay, but it's not going to be with this same as dramatic pull with the home and family thing. It's going to, be a little bit easier in many cases, okay? And that's what I'm hoping for. But at this time, we've got this major forefront of endings in work, new beginnings in work, closing up of the way you did work, changes in employment, changes in how you do your work, retirement for some people, starting of new work, and some, it's so strongly highlighted, and things having to do with fathers and father figures. Those of you in the late degree spectrum, so basically actually, let me just wait till I get the charts up to tell you about that aspect of it, which we'll talk about now. But the point is, the major changes of the end of this cycle mean that as this Sagittarius Gemini eclipse cycle really takes foot, which is what we're going to have for the rest of 2020 and all of 2021, we're going to have it be better. Okay, this eclipse cycle that has started in the undercurrent of the ending of these other things is going to be so much better for Aries energies that it's crazy, because those placements are going to either be in 60 degree or 120 degree angles for Aries, and that is going to be much easier, much more productive. All the hard work you've put in now can show up in these beautiful ways, just like ding, 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 just like accomplishment coming, and you getting to work less, hopefully, especially if you can restructure your mind to accept that. That's going to be one of the big challenges for Aries, is to kind of know when to say when. Of all the people in the zodiac, knowing when to say when, Aries energy just kind of goes, right? It's always like the foot to the pedal all the time. So the more you can kind of observe what's happened in your life and say, okay, maybe I can relax now, and then heal your nervous system to kind of match that, where your nervous system doesn't create more trouble for you when it doesn't need to be there. That's definitely something you have to watch. Okay. So let's look at these charts and check out some of these things that we talked about here. I'm using the early degree chart, but I'm talking about all Aries placements unless I otherwise differentiate out. We see this strong focus here in the home and the work, okay? And this is what we've been seeing. We see these 90 degree angles here. That's what's been going on. We see Mars moving into Aries, and Mars is going to be in our sign from now, the beginning of July, into the beginning of 2021. Very powerful, because when Mars goes retrograde, it's going to be retrograde in Aries, which is the sign it rules. Mars rules how we use our energy. So the big storyline for everybody, but especially Aries, is changing how you use your energy to be more productive, more fulfilling, more healthy, and more enjoyable. So you'll have tests to that, and anything you've done on this subject can show up in a big way. Like if you've been working on getting your schedule lighter, then that could be showing up in a big way. If you have been working on streamlining your efforts to work less and have it go further, that can show up in a big way. The tests will come, and you'll have to, one by one, see those tests and then move through them. But that's going to be huge, okay? So you're very likely to have an increase in physical energy. If there's nothing, medically going on that's interfering with this, your physical energy will likely start building in July, especially towards the end, and you might be able to accomplish some mega titanic feats. And remember that 22nd through 28th period of time, because if you have to make any decisions based on opportunities or news that has come in from the eclipses, legal, binding agreements, ending something, beginning something, sales, purchases of anything, big and small. That window is going to be your best for a long time for many things. So take advantage of it as much as you can. Okay, so now let's look at this eclipse cycle here. And this is the 13 degrees of Capricorn. So for early degree placements, that's in the 10th house. Okay, first you might want to know where you're at here. So early is basically March born or 0 to 9 degrees. Middle is and this is true for Aries rising, Aries sun, and Aries moon. Okay, so my reports are always for all of you. Middle degree placements are basically April 1st through 10th or 10 to 19 degrees, and late degree like April 11th through the rest of the sign or 20 to 29 degrees. So if you missed that, just rewind it and go back to see where you're at, because it will make a little difference here. So everyone in the zodiac is experiencing the eclipse in the sector of work and career and fathers and authority figures and employment and bosses, everybody. And the early and middle degree placements are also very likely to have the eclipse be in that house. Okay, so the sign and the house, that means extra focus on there. But middle degree placements, usually you guys are on the line there. Okay, so it can manifest in the 10th or it can manifest in the 9th. And then the late degree placements, that eclipse for you is going to be in the 9th. All right, so if you have 9th house work, then it's going to also be in your work sector. Like if you 9th house, that's going to be accentuated for the middle and late degree placements is basically publishing, teaching, learning, traveling internationally, or immigration, or if you can't do that, then interacting with people internationally, church-related things, spiritual-related things. Now, so that's where you'll see the eclipses really come up. Now, I've done some really in-depth videos to give you more information. So all Aries, look for my video, Eclipses in Capricorn. You can just search for Annie Botticelli, Eclipses in Capricorn, or you can go to my homepage on YouTube, scroll all the way to the bottom, find my eclipse series, and find the eclipses in Capricorn. And then early and middle, you also have extra emphasis there because the house is going to be accentuated, not just the sign. Middle and late degree placements, look for my video called Eclipses in Sagittarius. And that will show you the gamut of things that I have seen manifest over watching these things for 20 years of all of the different ways you might see these eclipses manifest for you. But what we do need to know, and this is what I was going to get at before, but I wanted to be able to have the space to write here, is that 13 degrees is where the eclipse is happening. So if we use a 5-degree orb, 8 degrees through 18 degrees of Aries placements, and I'm in there with you all, are going to be most affected by this eclipse, all right? And the closer you are to 13 degrees, the stronger the effect. And remember, this is a challenging angle, but it doesn't mean it has to have a bad outcome. So 13 degrees is pretty much like, let's move it over there a second, like April 3rd-ish. The days around April 3rd or so, the closer you are to that birth date, the more profoundly you're going to be affected by this eclipse. But remember, it is the last one. It is the closing up of a cycle. You will see the wrapping up of things that have been in process over the last couple of years. And you will also have some coinciding energies of that positive Sagittarius eclipse from June that's still working its way in to buoy the challenges. So you're very likely to see challenges that are wrapping up while this new wonderful energy is brewing at the same time, happening while all of these other things are happening. So it's definitely going to be really busy and really powerful. All right, so those are the things that I have most on my mind for the month. If you want to know about all the aspects that could affect you, I have a newsletter that I put out. You can go to anniehelpsyou.com and you sign up for my free email newsletter, and I write all of the sweet and salty aspects. I give a summary of the sweet and salty aspect dates. I write what they are, what you can expect from them, along with the general energy of the month and what you can expect. And you get that delivered into your inbox 1 month early. You also get my free 28-day virtual coaching program called Shine when you sign up for my free email newsletter at anniehelpsyou.com. I also have extensive blogs that you can just have a ball with. You can get written horoscopes by me on my site, cozybysweetstarlight.com. And all the links I'm giving you are also in the notes underneath the video if you click on the little more arrow. CozyBySweetStarlight.com has my written horoscopes 1 month early. They're super simple, easy to take in. They come with good reads for each sign each month. They're not technical like my videos are. And I also have all kinds of astrology kissed blogs that you will like for healthy living and natural living. If you'd like to learn astrology and you resonate with how I teach, you will love my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery course. I can train you to do whatever you want to do with astrology in a very comprehensive, organized curriculum. You can see that, as well as a bunch of free courses that I have at lumelife.com, L-U-M-E life.com. That's my school, Luminous Life Multiversity, and I am committed to a growing list of free courses, so it's definitely good to be part of the school. You can join it for free, and then you can, have a ball with all the education. So you can also see my paid courses on there. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.